Grand Rising. It's an early start today. We have a beautiful breakfast. I'm hiding the pancakes though. I had some pancakes as well. Uh, we've been training hard this week. So excuse the pancakes in the shot. Not the pancakes, really. Fruit. But I want to break down the positions of the day. We actually woke up to a great trade. Let me move my camera a little bit as well. I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. One moment. So yeah, we actually woke up to some decent gains. So I want to break it through. GM everyone, earlier stream today. So good news. Today we woke up $1,000 richer. So yesterday, this is a great example of a trade working out. We entered this one in Chinese era. If you check the BNB swipe files, a lot of the BNB coins actually bounce a lot from the 618. So we actually DCA'd from the 618, 786, and 886. Our 886 didn't trigger, but our 618 and 786 did. And as you can see, we woke up to some nice gains over here. Very, very nice. Would have preferred to close these. If I was in the session, I would have closed these a little bit more because we were well above the 1618. So this is where we'll probably range for a little bit. But we closed for a nice profit and left a moon bag, which is nice. We had a few positions closed in the night time as well. But remember that the positions which closed in the night time weren't that much of a loss. The main loss was when we was trading new pairs. So it would be around about 1.2 so. Now I do have some new positions which I'm looking at opening up around here as well. And yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome Picasso, Marshy, X Hat. How you doing? GM, bro. THHTARSX and Kashar as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yin Yang. Hi from the Caribbean. Wagwan. How's everything going with the hurricane? Have we cleaned up? Let me check. I think my auntie will be going soon.
Thank you.
Bro, it's looking great. I think the main thing is like risk management, yeah, because not all coins are going to bounce from the 786. So that's one thing I'm learning. Like, for example, like toffee and stuff. And sometimes you might have to hold them for a few days, right? So, you know, I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that with trading, if you want to make the most money, it's just like business. If you don't want to go off. So I'll break it down for you. So with trading, it's just like business. You have to think like the 1%, you can't act like the 99% of people. If 99% of people are trading in a specific way, you have to trade opposite to them to have success. Specifically in meme coins, if everybody's scalping, I'm a genuine believer now, it's probably best to start holding long term. I'm trading Sol and BNB. What in the world is poop? I don't know what it is, but it bounced perfectly off the 886. Speaking about poop, I'm gonna go to the toilet. BRB. They say we put some music on first. BRB chat. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Maury. Gonna try to catch this pimp entry. I'll check Mars 1 moment. Okay, I'm back. I thought I'd do some DIY on my fan. Love the streams. Thank you, bro. Okay, let's go. I need a 4U. I'm thinking deep house. Love the stream, bro. Thank you, bro. I'm in Thailand, yeah. I'm still in Thailand. I know there's been some Cambodia madness. Yeah, I agree. We do need another TikTok type player, right? What is this? Yeah, I've got orders on Yin Yang. Actually, I don't. I'm going to set some limit orders on Yin Yang here. I need to schedule my content for the week as well. Mm. 15 million likes is crazy. I'm trading on Solana and BSC. Mainly Solana, bro. We got some fire, B-roll. Alright, cool. I need to schedule some reels for my IG quickly. When we had the most success on this channel was we was actually playing the 618 level, but something inherently changed because not every chart was bouncing off this 618 level. I left this strategy for a long time. I left it for about 6 months. Now recently I actually seen on Twitter that somebody mentioned there is another level on the fib called the 886. I like this. We're going to be testing out the Fibonacci. These is the rules that we have. Entries, laddered only.
Are you seriously just wasting your time on the internet? There are literally 17-year-olds making 10 to 35K each month while you just keep scrolling. If you want your life to change, take action. Link in bio to
Bad boy. Too loud.
Move. Told that bitch get in cause she looking confused. I broke the rule cause this bitch a witness. Plus I just popped due but she ain't crying. And this hoe is smiling. Plus this bitch look cute so we slide out. I'm checking my mirrors, made it to the move. Told that she look cool cause in this pop due. And this silent plus cute so we slide out. I'm checking my mirrors, made it to the
Day trading, I would say, very often was being very close to gambling.
Holy fuck, I'm up 80,000! What a cook, boy!
so you gotta get loose with it.
Ooh! Ooh! WL on that one, chat. WL on this one. WL. Oh! Oh! Wishing for. Ooh! WL chat, WL.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ah, that's shit. No comment. Holy. Holy fuck! Go! Ha! Ha ha ha!
It was our time to party big.
What the fuck is going on out here?
All right, let me schedule these out. What's NL dollars? Saw this already, no? Jotin. SRC is finally turning up. Throwing the fib on Pim. I already have it, you know. This is my setup. It has 2,000 holders also. It's fairly good distribution. I'm thinking 216. It's that stop loss on this. I'm thinking 216 is a little bit higher. I'm actually lower a little bit. here, and here. Holy fuck! Go!
Move. Talk.
Thanks. We're looking around 220. Yeah, 220 is not a bad idea. I don't know why that's not working to upload. Why are you all getting wrong aspect ratio? It is the right aspect ratio. I bet. We gotta schedule up our content for the week.
Move, told that bitch.
Alright, Yin Yang's finally getting a little pullback. Come on, man.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Yeah, they're trying to run back GameStop. Oh, Wall Street Bets posted it. I guess Bags is making a comeback here. I mean, it's GameStop, but it's going to get PvP'd with Wall Street Bets. I low-key think Wall Street Bets is actually better. Which ones are you guys in? Just save. Movies. What the hell? Oh, yeah. Bro, it's so cat, bro. 16 by 9. Yeah, that's what I thought. 9 by 16, right? $10.80, $19.20. Bruh. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Bet. Bet. Thanks for that, bro. Oh my gosh. Alright, fuck it. Why does IG... What is wrong with Facebook? There's actually some issues with Facebook, bro. Alright, so what I'll do... Alright, chat, let me get my other phone in a sec. But I'll just get it later. Yeah, it might be a rendering thing as well. Yeah. Hey Taz, we got scam comments again, bro. A bunch. Oof, yin yang. No way this little kid revived it, bro. I actually thought this was cooked. Uh-oh, 6-7 reversal. Chad, tell me that this isn't the most bullish indicator ever, bro. Look at the divergence. Gained 1,500 holders on the dip. Bro, this football was at $2. I knew cards would send, man. I just knew it. At least to get above 120 though. For sure. Stop saying 6-7. 6-7. You know when you say stop saying 6-7, you still say 6-7. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. That is actually crazy. Yeah, the No More 6-7 kid actually did the mazza. He actually did absolute madness. But the FaZe tank. Okay, so not bad, isn't it? Wow. How's bag work looking? Not looking good, bruv. If we went to 50 million, that is insane. Volume. If you want volume, go on display, click this icon right here, the FX, and then type in volume. You can add it. La 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 la. Guys know about 350% return.
What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups.
Hey, GG's, bro. Hey, GG's, bro. Join the trenches. You got 10 racks? You're 10 racks up now, bro. Get your ass in the trenches, boy. Get your ass in there. Yes, GG's, bro. GG's. Oh, you got in crew? Nice. Hey, bro. Well, thank you for that, bro. Hopefully you tell some other people, bro. Tell them, man. Tell them. The authenticity shines, bro. Yeah, Wall Street Bets. He's paid to play, isn't he? Yeah, that's crazy work. Selling on side and buying on main. Bro, you are joking me. Yeah, Wall Street Bets is a good cook, bro. Let's see what we got. I mean, hopefully we get another run on tuna. I'm going to bid 520 on tuna. Hey. Make sure to like the stream if you're just tuning in. Let's go into the bathroom. I need to figure out how to fix this aircon. Literally just seen this on Twitter. Hey, nice. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, tweet players have been pretty dry. If FKSH was a perfect example of these 10 milli runners, man. Yo, Cam XBT, how you doing? Let me get my other phone. Chat, let me know if you're looking at any tokens that are around the 886, 786 level as well. Ty wear shirt. Bro, I'm so hot in this place, bro. It's actually insane. Legit is not healthy.
There's a $10 billion industry which preys on poor people, is endorsed by celebrities, but most people haven't heard of, mostly because it goes by so many names.
I like something called the debt backpack method.
I recommend national debt relief to anyone who wants to become debt-free.
It's called the rapid relief method.
It's called the debt clear method.
That's right. According to celebrities, there's an easy method to get your debt settled. The problem is the banks don't want you to know about it.
Banks don't want you to know this, but there's a national debt relief program specifically designed to help Americans with $10,000 or more of credit card or personal loan debt.
I'll be honest, when I first saw this, I was curious what the big secret was. But the second or third time, I started to get suspicious.
Banks don't want you to know this, but there's a national...
Struck me is just for all this industrial scale fakery and lying, There is an industry behind all of this, endorsed by celebrities. It's very real, it's very profitable, and it's often predatory, but basically no one knows how it works because most of it is run in the dark with these ads, and the videos that do explain debt settlement are usually trying to sell you on debt settlement. So I spoke to lawyers, whistleblowers, so the public can stop getting lied to about debt settlement. Way out. Unfortunately, that attracts con men and scammers. Now, I'm not here to tell you that all debt settlement is a scam because at its most basic, debt settlement is simply a process where a debtor who owes money and the creditor, the person they owe money to, agree to settle a debt for a lower total amount. That is objectively not a scam, and it is sometimes the best move for both parties, usually because the debt is in default, the creditor is probably going to not get paid otherwise, and the debtor can't pay. So that, to be clear, is not what this video is about. Today, we're talking about the debt settlement industry, which sells people on the idea of not paying their bills as a shortcut to getting out of debt and takes a fat fee for it. And we're going to talk about how this industry often doesn't disclose the risks, and even worse, tricks people to get them in the program in the first place, which I heard about from someone who sold debt settlement for a living.
Debt settlement is typically for people going through some type of hardship, whether that's divorce, a medical issue, you lost your job, something catastrophic has happened in your life to the point where you cannot afford to pay on your credit cards anymore. But
has anyone ever tried this? Has anyone ever done debt settlement? Is that actually a thing?
that's not what we pitch to. I would say from my experience, 70+% of my clients were not in that situation. They were looking for a consolidation loan, a home repair loan, some type of loan, not debt settlement.
Why were people calling you for a loan though?
Because that's what we advertise. The advertising goes through these third-party affiliates that post whatever they want. They just have to get someone on the phone, and we're responsible for closing that person.
So you guys advertise loans, but what you actually sell is stop paying your credit cards so we can make a cut of your debt.
Correct.
That sounds like a bait and switch.
That sounded like a bait and switch to me. Now you see my ethical dilemma.
That was Miller, by the way. He was a sales rep who came to me because he believed the companies he was working for were doing things that were unethical. And he wasn't the only one. 2 other sales reps who wanted to stay anonymous told me the exact same thing.
Because they're using the bait and switch mechanic of pitching clients the entire thing. And you, as the client, are going to think that I'm going to get a loan. But then the salesperson is going to go ahead and twist words, basically telling you, oh, you don't qualify for a loan, but here's the repayment plan, it's good. And sometimes people would get confused because the sales agent would rush them into signing the contract thinking that he's going to get a loan, but he's not getting a loan. He's signing up for that settlement.
Most of the people that get called also apply for loans, or they think they're applying for loans. And then when they get warm transferred to the sales division, when the lead is made, they are baited and switched onto a debt relief program.
This is truly the worst part of this industry, and a secret most people don't know about, that oftentimes you are tricked into getting on a call thinking you're applying for a loan, but actually they're trying to sell you on debt settlement. In fact, I actually got a copy of a script at one point from one of these companies, and they have what's called a loan killer method, which is used when a client is frustrated and asks, I only want a loan, or won't give up on the idea of a loan. The script tells them to say, it's going to be very difficult to get a good interest loan. My partner's broker ran your name through and it came back as declined all. And then says, let me tell you why I qualified you for this debt resolution option. Again, confirming what we saw, that it's literally scripted to resell people from loans onto debt settlement, which they didn't know they wanted in the first place.
The whole thing starts out with a lie many times. A lot of folks I've seen reach out to a debt consolidation company, or what they think is a debt consolidation company, where they're going to get a loan to pay their creditors. And this company pulls their credit and says, you don't qualify. And then they give that credit report to a debt settlement company. There's already a relationship there. It may be the same company. And so the debt settlement company calls them.
Pimp had entry. Let me see. Choo. Choo. Yeah, I had 618. I had a nice bump and run.
Says, hey, we know you got some problems with debt, so we can help you out. And people don't get, the relationship there. We've caught on a few and figured it out. I think most of them start that way. We just don't they don't necessarily see the relationship. So they start out with a lie, you know, and just, it goes forward from there. They promise, oh, we're going to fix your credit, which is the exact opposite of what they do. They destroy your credit. You know, you're going to save a whole bunch of money. You're not going to save any money. You might save a little bit, maybe, if things go as planned. And worst case, which happens quite a bit, you're going to end up paying more than you would if you just paid your creditors. You know, and you're going to have to deal with a lawsuit probably, because somebody's going to sue you.
Yeah, he's right. That was Clifford, by the way. He's a lawyer I spoke to who helped me understand how common it is for people to get sued. I didn't realize it, but lawsuits are the biggest risk of these plans, because when you stop paying your creditors, they have no obligation to negotiate with you. I mean, yes, sometimes they do settle, but sometimes they sue. And I learned debt settlement lawsuits are not just possible, they're one of the most popular kinds of lawsuits. They are so common that in many states, it is the #1 lawsuit that gets filed. According to Pew, debt collection takes up almost 50% of our entire civil case docket. And those numbers have only increased in recent years. So not only do debt settlement companies often start with a lie, many don't tell you the truth about the risks, the main one that you get sued. But even assuming everything goes according to plan, the fees these companies charge eat into most of your savings. See, the reason this industry has such aggressive advertising is that it's so profitable, and affiliates will say anything to get the sale. This is because the companies charge up to 25% of the debt they settle as a fee, which leaves few, if any, savings on the table for you. And to understand how this works, we'll do some quick math. Let's say you have $10,000 in credit card debt and you default to enroll in a debt settlement plan, thinking you're going to save tons of money. How this works is you stop paying your creditors, start paying the debt settlement company via a special trust account. We'll assume for this example that you don't get sued and the settlement company charges a 25% fee. Assuming your creditor settles for 50%, you'd initially think you're getting out of debt for $7,500, saving 25%. $5,000 to your creditor, $2,500 to the negotiator. But not so fast, because you've defaulted on your debt, which means your credit card balance was growing the whole time with penalty interest and late fees. Again, we'll be charitable and assume your balance freezes after a 6-month charge-off. You're actually going to be paying more like a $12,000 debt, meaning you're actually paying $6,000 to your creditor and $2,500 to the settlement company, or $8,500 total. Except we also have to add in taxes on the forgiven debt, which the IRS classifies as income. At a tax rate of 22%, that's another $1,300 you might owe, so you've completed your debt settlement program with a payment of $9,800, where your original debt was $10,000. You saved 2% with a 50% settlement. Now, of course, yes, there's a lot of nuance here, and we use nice round numbers, but the point is this. Even when you get a great settlement and things go perfectly, you probably didn't save as much as you think. And this is the core problem with debt settlement. People are sold on an unrealistic view of the upsides and don't understand the downsides, which is why most people don't finish these programs. So look, if these companies don't disclose all the facts, if they do charge high fees, why do you need them at all? Well, these companies would argue they have special relationships with creditors that let them get better deals.
And the reason is you can't just call up the credit card company and be like, hey guys, I want to negotiate my debt. It doesn't work like that. Because you have to know who to speak to that has the ability to negotiate with you on behalf of the bank.
The problem is most folks don't have the relationships with the people at these banks.
I don't think I'm going to bid Wall Street bets. This could be a big mistake. But I don't trust Wall Street bets.
Banks to get the best savings.
That's right. The debt settlement companies basically say, look, we do this all the time. We have great relationships, and that's why we're going to get you a great deal. But not everyone agrees with that. Here's Dan, another lawyer.
My main problem with it is they kind of overhype and oversell or outright misrepresent that they somehow have some special relationship with the creditors. These companies will never tell a consumer that. They will never say that the deal that they're likely to get for the consumer is probably the same exact deal
you're probably right.
get on their own.
Why can't people do it themselves? I mean, these companies kind of represent that they have special relationships with these creditors, etc. Is that true? Can people just do this themselves?
100% do it themselves.
Wow. So after all those ads, all the supposed secrets the banks don't want you to know, it turns out you could always just do all of this by yourself. But of course, you're still taking on a bunch of risk of maybe being sued and late fees, which is why at the end of the day, this is an extreme option that should not be taken lightly. And look, I was going to end it there because I'm not the type to recommend anything to a broad audience, but given that I know so many people are deep in debt these days, and I had spoken to some experts, I wanted to give them the floor to say what they see people do when they're deep in debt that isn't as predatory.
I always recommend, I don't do a lot of bankruptcies anymore, but I always recommend somebody talk to a bankruptcy attorney at least to see what that looks like if they're having a problem with their debts.
You're in $40,000 worth of debt, and you're on Social Security, and that's your only income. Anything I can do for you is going to be a Band-Aid as well, and it's probably not the best path. Why don't you speak to my colleague who is a bankruptcy lawyer?
So one is nonprofit credit counseling, which is different than these debt management companies. It's going to be
advice. You need to talk to somebody if you actually are deep in debt. There's no one-size-fits-all solution, but the biggest thing I hope you take away from this video is that people sell
Don't breathe.
Oh, please, open. No. Please, No, listen, brother. Stay relaxed. Hey, stay relaxed. Look at me, brother. Brother, look at me. Maybe this is your last minute in your life. Brother, please. I love you, brother. I just want to let you, I love you, brother. No way. AK never give up. AK never give up. Never ever. Brother, you have to look. Please, open, Joanna. No. Please, open, please. No. Please.
Let him out.
Please, open.
Don't breathe.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm gonna schedule these posts. What's this? What's this Trump coin? Whoa. Chat, you guys see Trump coin? What the hell? Should it be on USD1? It's gotta be a rug, yeah? That's a rug. fake. This is fake. It's fake, chat. I'm just scheduling some content. I was doing it on my computer, but it's not working. Wall Street Bets is media as well. Pimp's holding up nicely. And obviously Yin Yang. Hey, thank you for your new subscriber, bro. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Yin Yang Cabal? Yeah, I think so. Another one of those TikTok trends. I don't even think animals on TikTok can bang, but if they have good supply control, it can.
In order to get money, you have to sell wealth in order to get cash to get the money to buy things. And so when that happens, bubbles burst. So bubble bursting means, let's say, a tightening of monetary policy is classic, but also something like wealth taxes can happen. For example, think about wealth taxes forcing sales of assets. In order, yeah, so state and national, right, state and national. I'm just trying to describe the mechanics of a bubble.
But you said we're at 80%.
Well, yes, I have a bubble indicator that goes back to 1900, and it just makes has a number of indicators. How much leveraging? Who has the leveraging? Is it what is the amount of money in wealth that relative to the amount of cash that needs to exist, and so on? These indicators, there are a number of them, show that we're on that chart. If I was to show you the chart, it's about 80% of where it was in those two times. That doesn't mean that that's the end of the move, okay? Because bubbles have to be pricked. Right. And so you can measure that there's vulnerability, a lot of vulnerability. There's a lot of vulnerability of who's holding what.
Here's my question to you about that, which is if the bubble is at this 80% range on your index or metric, there are folks, we had Paul Tudor Jones come in here a couple weeks ago, and he said, look, I think we're in October of 1999. By the way, the market would still have 40% to go. Back in 1928, Charles Merrill, who founded Merrill Lynch, told everybody, get out of the market because he thought it was a bubble. And he was right and he was wrong, insofar as from the beginning of 1928 to September of 1929, stock market went up 90%. And so...
But I think that when you're looking at that, you're looking at it incorrectly, okay? What is a bubble is the definition, right? I want to reiterate, a lot can go up before the bubble bursts. A bubble is an unsustained set of circumstances. It has unsustained amount of buying. Right. It has an unsustained amount of valuation. It has, and then there's something that pricks the bubble.
Is there a way to sustain this, though?
You can't look at, don't sell just because there's a bubble. Okay? Don't sell just because of a bubble. But if you look at the correlations with the next 10 years returns, when you are in that territory, you get very low returns.
It's an AI bubble, baby. When that bursts, Bitcoin's going to feel it. So this is kind of what's going on in my mindset is like, check this out. AI stocks are going crazy, like energy stocks, robotic stocks. The entire category is going, it's like a whole altcoin season. It's crazy. Look at that. That's how altcoins used to look. Everything. Booming. Booming. Obviously that's gold. Booming. Booming. Whoa, this is what the bull market used to look like, man. This is what it used to look like, man. Shit, it used to go up. Now we've got MicroStrategy looking like this. So yeah, I think that bubble burst, and that's what sends us into a crypto bear market. Because if we don't react positively to positive news, then we're only going to react negatively, you know? But that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. For us, especially because we trade meme coins predominantly, we'll be fine. Still make $1,000 here and there. But what we're going to be looking at is this. Bit. Bit. Bit, bit, bit. Probably not 2027 either. I think September. Because if it's that's only 400 days. That's crazy. This was the actual bottom. 1,000 days. 1,000 days. And 1 year down. 1 year down. And yeah, bet 1 year. Bet. was around late September. Yeah, I seen that. Nvidia are literally the cabal. If that was going on in crypto, you'd be calling it a scam. Something like that. So I want to buy Bitcoin anywhere below the 0.5. Anywhere below the 0.5 I want to buy. So probably buy a Bitcoin here. A Bitcoin here. Maybe more. If we get here, of course, I'll buy more Bitcoin. So that's my goal. This area here between 60,000 and 35,000. Now, why is that? Well, let's check the memes quickly. You can see this cycle, boop, boop, to all-time high. We had the 618 when we was above the 0.5. Blew off top. We don't get them anymore. 0.618, that was a good buy. If you compare this and you say, right, 1 year later, where we at? Down 50%. Not bad. A year after that, where we at? Not that bad, right? Up 30%. A year after that, where we at? 10x, right? So all in all, it's not a bad range. I don't think it's a full port range. It's not a bad range, right? Then let's have a look at the next cycle for the 6-1, and obviously the 886 at the bottom. So we go from the bottom to the top. Obviously, you have the bull market. You come below the 0.5. 618. You buy here. Not bad. That's the bottom. You've got a second run. Again, 50%. This time to the 786. Notice how the time before that, this is why I think we might actually have a 618 pump for once. Before that, we went to the 886. This time, we go to the 786. Right? Okay. So what about this time? Well, this time round, if we've already done a 886 bottom, we did a 786 bottom right after. Wouldn't it be funny if we see a 618 bottom? Wouldn't that be funny? So that's kind of my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section. I'm actually going to put these back on and just hide them actually. Yin Yang chart is so strong. It should roll over eventually. It's my cat back. Lula. Say hello. There's a meow. 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 Cute cat, man. Cute cat. I feel like one of the hardest things of this strategy is waiting for the positions to open. It's so long, but it's good. Like if you have a job, if you're doing things, I feel like it's very powerful.
Internet is the most lucrative.
Yeah, that changed the way I think, so I'm going to share it for myself and other people because I know it's...
I really like Pimp. So Pimp, I want to entry at 203 or 122. I got 2 orders here. We just gotta wait, you know. We're above fair value, so we can come down a lot.
For any reason, I'm easy in the trenches, but making pop up, cut my stuff found with this Glock and they ain't gotta get.
Normie, I've got orders on Normie. I got orders at 79k. Hold account's nice. Where am I pulling the fib from? So let me pick a chart. Let's say Eco. I'll pull the fib from the bottom of the chart to the top, drag it across the entire price action. Here you can see the key entries I'm looking for is 886 and the 786 level. Well, this is the thing, bro. If you do the right risk management, look, I'll pause the music. Now, look, I know risk management is boring, but you have to allow yourself to keep playing the game. If you keep getting rugged and then you run out of money, you can't play the game again. You're not a streamer or maybe a mega business owner where you can just keep funding this game until you figure it out. You might only have limited capital and you have to wait a month before you can get your salary again. I've been there. I know exactly how it is. You want to get out of that situation as fast as possible. You think meme coins is the destination for that. It is. But if you're gambling your way to success, you won't survive. Even if you make money, there are people that made hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars and lost it all just because they got lucky. And they stuck with that same strategy. Use risk management. Use your monthly income to keep adding to that balance as you get better and as you get more confident, and don't deviate from the strategy. It's boring, but you'll have success. Is AECO good? I personally didn't think it is. Shiro sent it me. I don't really think it's that good, but again, I should have just bought that. I should have set a limit order on that one. That's a 10x. About 20 so. Let's check up on my little TikTok. Baby. 99% of the strategy. Draw Fibonacci from the last high to the low. From the low to the last high, not the last high to the low. So you want to draw it from the low to the last high. Right? So you want to draw it from the low to the high, not the high to the low. You don't want to do it like that. You want to do it from the low to the high. Like this. That's starting to appear in the same place. A buy position on the 0.5 line. I said it. No. If that's your strategy, that's yours. But the strategy what I'm using is I draw the Fibonacci from the low to the high of the chart. Then I'm looking at buying the 80 to 90% corrections. So 90%, 80% corrections. And then I'm selling a little bit at the 618, a little bit above the 0.5, more as we get even higher above the 0.5. And then I'll leave a moon bag and take it as it goes. Yeah, 0.5 is a bit too high, bro. You got no more dry powder to play with. Well, exactly, bro. It's kind of what I said earlier. I know exactly how it feels, bro. Yeah, sure, bro. Send a link. Send a link for a video. I'll watch it. Well, honestly, for meme coins, the AA6 is Gucci, bro. I've also got order on rock.
That could send Bitcoin into.
Check out BTP. I mean, it already had his 786 bounce. Look at that. You can do top down for sure, like that, to look for areas to take profit for sure. You can, yeah. But for sure, it's like on markets, I just use volume protocol. It's a bit of a longer term strategy, but I just use volume protocol. Volume profile, sorry. Protocol. It's the follow the protocol. Protocol. Alright, finally we might get some entries triggered here. What the fuck is this? Some weird ass coin. I don't even want to buy any more burn coins, but I'm not going to buy it. But it could run. I don't do meme coins anymore. I just invest in BTC. So for BTC, there's not much to do right now. Just wait, innit? I do meme coins and BTC and all coins. I do anything that makes money related to charts. This was crazy. Yeah, start the fib from 0. You can do it like, as a chart gets older, you can do it from the start of the move. Like on 6-7, for example. But like, I wish I was running this strategy earlier. I'd already be up heaps on 6-7. But you can do it from like here, the bottom of the move. So you could do it from... Bear in mind, you're only doing it from this price action. Ideally, you want to get a little bit lower here. Bear in mind, you're only using it from here to here. This is the only information your charting is from. This is the rest of the price action. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Even here, boom. And then 1618 will be the ultimate take profit range. Yeah, pimp. Pimp, I'm down here, man. 200k. 120. It might not hit, but maybe it does. Rock, I'm close to entry. Like, it's a slower strategy, but watch, boys. Just give it time. Shabalalam. I really like the strat. Thank you, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. Like I said, like, I'm not just making some YouTube videos, some random strategy and sharing post charts. We're testing it live, so I hope you guys appreciate that. Obviously, I know it's not as entertaining as like, oh, new pen, I know the dev sold and but does it really matter if we make money in the end? If we win in the end, does it really matter? There's some water. Right, let's do the 786 watch. I'm using the retracement and the extension I'm using for take profits. So I use a retracement for entries, for take. Oh. So for example, obviously not this coin because it's too small. But retracement. And then TP, I do like this. Check out Kabuto. That's the bottom, right? Again. Fucking hey. Look at this, bro. What about for Griffin, OG? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Wombaclaw. Yeah, I'm only just I was using the 618 before, but I'm only just using the 886. So before I was using the 618, but now I'm using the 886. So I made a lot of money on these AI plays before using 618, but now I'm using 886. Because even the 786 is too high. Let's This Atlas looks like it's just gonna get crimed vertically. Yeah, you have to add it. The patience will be rewarded for these big market caps, man. XRP was crazy, bro. 0.3, 10x. Limits on Atlas, yeah. I have limits on Atlas, 60k. Limits on Rock, 170. Limits on Normie, 79. Yin Yang, 100k. Yin Yang is doing a bump and run, 618 run. But 618 is not part of this strategy. I may add it. But I'm tempted, instead of adding this. So instead of adding another thing, there's two ways of scaling, right? You can scale linearly, which is going from, let's say I have 100 soul balance, right? And right now I'm buying 1 to, let's say 3 soul. I can scale that up and I can go to 200 soul balance, and I can do, you know, 2 to 5 soul instead. Or I can scale horizontally, which is, instead of doing 0.786 or obviously 886, right? I can add the 0.618. But the thing is, if I add the 0.618 for all my strategies, including Sol, because I'm doing it on BNB at the moment, then that means it messes with my TP levels. So what I'm going to do instead is, I think I'm going to go for this option. Well, yeah, I like the 618 for a bounce zone, but remember that it has to be a really strong token. Yeah, BNB tokens won better. Because they can bounce from the 618 and then do a 10x, whereas Sol tokens bounce from the 618 and do 30%. Yeah, you just gotta be careful with your stop loss if you do that. Yeah, so the thing is, I have a nice stop loss here. So for example, right, if I go with Rock and I get here and here, I only lose like 0.8 Sol. That's very nice. Because I just seen if a coin runs, I make like 3 to 5 Sol. How to add? Yeah, no problem, bro. Just double click and then go down here, and then you can change this one. I changed this one to 886. I think this is like 0.3 or something. I think that's like 0.2. For majors, like, we're gonna have to wait like another 3 months. Which is fine. Oh wow, snowball run. Would you look at that? I actually entered and I closed it because of the FUD. Wow. Again. These ones, like, when we get more of these, holy fuck, I'll be doing like 10, 15 grand a day. Well, the thing is, like, with Solana, even though a token's like bullish, it still goes down 86%. Like, it's very rare that there's just not enough traders to push the 618. Because a bump and run is like, the chart's running, has this little dip, 618, and then sends again, like. Yeah, pretty much. It's like chart runs from migration, has this dip, and just instantly bumps. It's like a bump and run. Everyone comes in to buy the dip. You don't really get that on so much. But when Sol comes down in this range, yeah, mate, that's me. This is all me here, bro. I'll probably try to get 600 to 1,000 Sol down here. It's funny, right? Because if I get cheap Solana, I could just keep running the strategy. Like, your red glasses, yeah, they're here. How do you plot a shot on majors? So majors the same, bro. It's just longer, right? You have to wait. Like low the move down here to the high. We're at fair value right now, or equilibrium. But ideally you want to get it down here, right? 786. You don't get that entry often. You get it in the bear market. So if you look at Bitcoin, let's say we look at this one. Can I rename this? No. Yeah, yeah. This is cycle 2. Cycle 3. I think that's cycle 3, yeah, yeah. Cycle 4. So if you look at Bitcoin, you know, we had an 886 when we ran to 16,000, and then we dipped down to 4. If you see it, remember we always put, or personally, I always put my orders a little bit higher. That was just triggered. 10-15% higher. How high is that? Yeah, 10%. So we have here And here, so we come all the way from 16, what, 20,000 almost, down to 3,000, come down again, run. Then cycle 3. This time we only get 786, which makes sense because it's more bullish. Boom. We run up to 65. We come down to 16 and 20. Cycle 4. I don't know whether to plot it from here or here. I should probably plot it from here, right? We went up to 120,000. I reckon we see at least 56, 57, you know? Then if we see 40, that's just insane. You know, so I'm thinking like couple Bitcoin, God willing, at least one. Then when BTC gets down there, a lot more Solana, like almost 1,000 Solana. ETH, I'm gonna get 10 ETH down here. It's only 18 grand. And then that'll be me. Maybe some BNB. BNB, ideally, I want to get it down here. Cop 10 beans. Maybe more, probably 50. That's a nice portfolio. And then obviously I can always keep adding to it.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
To speak from the chest as to why they left FaZe. It's the most I've talked to these guys in the last 5 months, and it's all just become a lot clearer as to like how this all came to be, and it just, yeah, it sucks. The whole thing fucking sucks for everybody, and I don't think these guys are interested in it being farmed or, you know, this whole FaZe thing. All the work and effort that everybody's put in over the last 2 years, those guys, me, all the staff, it's just being fucking completely shit on and stomped on right now. And I don't think anybody feels good about that. But the one person that jumped straight on the opportunity at the fucking first chance they got to jump right in the middle of it and farm it, Black Boy Max. You can always count on him. And wow. Max, I'm gonna be talking to you directly. And for everybody watching, I'm going to be sharing our conversations from the time I left FaZe till now.
Oh, you almost got tipped on
all
rock.
the drama and all the issues, supposed issues that me and Max have had, because his cousin just went live, and apparently I'm this fucking awful, terrible guy, monster, who Max had all these issues with. But as you'll see, and when I share our conversation, that's not the energy that Max has given me over the last 5 months. As a matter of fact, and not to spoil anything, but I've talked to Max more in the last 5 months than every other FaZe member combined. Max has asked me for opinions on everything from creative to content to his career. He's asked me personally for help managing his career from here on out. He's confided in me about his team sucking and things falling apart. And the big one, since Max wanted to go live and talk about standing on business and I was right and look who was right and I left FaZe first and look at me, 100K viewers, high as fuck off the clout and the fucking engage, just proving everything that I said 100% right yesterday. This streamer brain shit is real. They are actors. And he jumped on this opportunity not because he cares about anything that I've done or cares about anything that I've said. It's because it makes the most sense. Kick me while I'm down and farm this FaZe shit and suck as much as he can out of it. And that's what they fucking do. And that's just fact. Anybody that argues against that is fucking fried. This whole thing, like I said yesterday, fried. We're gonna get into the conversation. I'm gonna show you guys right now. And you guys tell me if this looks like a conversation between two parties that have an issue with each other.
All right, so here we are. Here's my conversation with Max, July 28th. This is when that whole thing where he heard that I said, fuck y'all, blanks. Again, this wasn't aimed toward Max. This wasn't said at Max. There was never any sort of like racist connotation toward this word being used ever. Saw people talking about hard R and shit. No, that's all noise. Absolutely
fucking A, so
Max's
loud.
initial response to it was, hey, stream speak highly of you. Shit doesn't need to be brought to light. You don't have to worry at all. Like I said, I apologize for the tweet. I said, Max, you don't got to say all that. I would never speak ill about anything publicly. Breaks my heart, crushes me, whatever. I'm showing you guys this transcript for...
Sorry, chat, if you can hear that. I'll mute myself.
I've deleted all sensitive information. This is him randomly saying, like, you called it. This is after he left. I think he left, like, August 5th or something like that. Sent me this. Like, you called it because the T app or whatever about guys. I said guys were going to make one about girls. Whatever. I said we should have built it. This is the typical kind of conversation we would have. This is him responding to me asking if he wants @Plaqueboy on Instagram. Asked me if I thought it was a good change. Told him Plaqueboy Max was iconic. Again, typical conversations we would talk about. This one is the first time Max came over since he left. It was at the end of August. He sat with me. We talked for a few hours. I want to say he was at my house for 2-3 hours. And we left. I hugged him, told him I loved him, told him I'd always root for him, apologized about what was said. He said no hard feelings, admitted several times that that was not the reason why he left FaZe, that, you know, it was an accumulation of things. But as you'll see in this conversation, Max just thought that was the best move for his career. And that's just the simple facts. Right here again, I'm just giving him good energy. This is our dynamic. This is how it's always been. Talking about trying to get shit better mentally. This is the first time, October 10th, this is when he first kind of started to show signs of regret for leaving FaZe. Been working on taking a step back, looking at everything.
Entry! It took like 2 hours. Finally got filled. So we're in Rock. Let's see how it goes. Also, Kinton, by the way, made $150 last night. Again, I was offline, so I didn't get a chance to make the 300, but we got 150, which is good.
Again, asking me for my advice. What do you think desktop streaming? This is so random, but he's asking me, why do I think desktop streaming died? Again, he would ask me these things a lot in person, a lot on the phone, a lot over text. Throughout the course that we knew each other, he would ask me for my opinions on shit, just market, industry shit. And I love talking game, and this is just, again, like, this was our life. And this was our relationship with each other. Again, because last summer FaZe were really around. We're just talking about like art and culture and fucking shit like that. I don't know. Said happy birthday to me. I know I didn't respond because I noticed he said happy birthday to me after he saw Drake post the happy birthday post for me, which was weird and threw me off. And they all missed my birthday. I didn't get any happy birthdays. I think Kason wished me happy birthday. I think Adapt wished me happy birthday, but the rest of them still on like weird terms. And then randomly, November 4th, I'm gonna make you proud, bro. Thank you for always believing in me. Watch. Guys, this is 5 weeks ago, man. This is 5 weeks ago. All this shit with Spotify, everything that Morgan has talked about happened months before this. In July. This is November, okay? Said, I wish you believed in me the same way. Facts. Saw so clearly. We just start reminiscing. We start talking. Sucks seeing the subathon, feeling left out. He agreed with that. I'm sure he felt really bummed and left out. Are you up? Got a question. Caller, I'm with my girl. I was going to ask you and Zach. He's just asking about, again,
well, this FaZe bank situation is crazy.
Music and his career. End of the day, I love this game. I always will. I love talking games. Simple as that. Again, this is on fucking November 6th. I'm just offering the kid as best my advice as I could. And whatever he's asking me, you guys can stop, pause, read the whole conversation if you want. This is me getting into the details about his scummy ass fucking UTA agent who was whispering shit in his ear about FaZe, leaving FaZe, whatever. Lack of sensitive information and fake. I have many, many flaws, and I'm an idiot for saying that. But bro, stand on. If you really have a problem with that, then why has it not been a problem for the last 5 months? If you really have a problem with that, why have you told me multiple times I don't have a problem with that? We're good. If you really have a problem with that, and I can say this, Ron, last subathon, fucking said it, muted his mic and said it. The chat laughed, and everybody told him to say it, and he said it. Lacey has admitted to saying it publicly. You know this. So why isn't that a problem? Other members in FaZe have said it in the confines. Say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation. All this shit from him and yeah, Max, I don't know. You guys tell me. It doesn't seem like me and Max have a problem. It doesn't seem like we've really had any sort of real issues in the last 5 months. It doesn't seem like I've done anything but try to help the kid. And I'm not just going out of my way and randomly offering him my
see how we get with Rock.
He's asking for them. And he's treating me like a mentor. And he's confiding in me about things. So you guys tell me, like, this awful, terrible monster of a person who took all this shit from him and you know, like, it's insane. And Max, as it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation. I said this word in an emotional response, and I said, fuck all y'all blanks. And it's a fucking mistake, and I'm fucking retarded. I'm a 34-year-old man-child, and I have many, many flaws. And I'm an idiot for saying that. But, bro, stand on. If you really have a problem with that, then why has it not been a problem for the last 5 months? If you really have a problem with that, why have you told me multiple times I don't have a problem with that? We're good. If you really have a problem with that, and I can say this, Ron, last subathon, fucking said it, muted his mic and said it. The chat laughed, and everybody told him to say it, and he said it. Lacey has admitted to saying it publicly. You know this. So why isn't that a problem? Other members in FaZe have said it in the confines, behind the scenes, off cam, in the presence of other black creators and FaZe members. And this was never a problem. It's only a problem now because it's convenient for you and for this narrative to make me look like shit and to make you look right. And it's fucking twisted, bro. And this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday as far as all this shit being fake. You guys can read those text messages between me and him and say that this isn't fake. It's the definition. It's the textbook definition of fucking fake. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It's insane. Bro, in Vegas at a UFC event, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to drag other people in. But Max's black manager at the time and other members in FaZe, black ones included, told me to rip the word. They said, yo, we're going to keep it a buck. We need to hear you rip it. I said, really? I said it. Everybody laughed. And they were drinking, and it was an experience. We're building rapport, and we're letting our guards down, and we're being vulnerable. And this is what fucking boys do. This is what actual friends do. And that's what I thought we were doing. I thought we were trying to form an actual relationship, an actual bond. I let my guard down. I said it. It wasn't a big deal then. You knew about this and have known about this. It was never an issue.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's a bit of a vibe kill right now.
So again, it's an issue now because it's convenient, and it's just whack. Again, this is everything that I tried to say yesterday happening in real time. Explain to me what other reason, why now? Why is it a problem now? Why is Morgan going live? Fat Boy Dip going live? Your cousin who, again, a month ago, you told me, I'm paying my cousin his rent, I'm paying my aunt her rent, my team sucks. Like, bro, I'm in such a bad spot, whatever. Your cousin's literally trying to create a fucking streaming career off of you. You're surrounded by fucking leeches and yes men, bro. And you do have a fucking insane ego, and you do have a problem with flipping back and forth. You admitted it in the text. You guys all just saw it. I'm not just saying shit to say it. I'm not saying things that I haven't said to Max directly either. I've said all this directly to him. And Max, for you to like treat me like this, for you to confide in me, treat me like a mentor, ask me for advice, make me feel
Bro
like
is having a
totally
mental
100% cool,
breakdown.
and then do this today, you have completely proven my point, my friend. To stoop as low as to try to weaponize this fucking word and to paint me out to be this fucking awful guy is crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I'm not even gonna stoop as low, bro. You've said all types of shit, but guess what? Surprise, internet, we all say it. We all say it. Max has said fucking the F slur. Surprise, I've said it too. And so has every other fucking FaZe member. And so does every other group of friends behind the scenes. You guys wanna farm that? Then please be real about all of it. Please stand on business, Max. I can't believe you went live and really said, I left FaZe and y'all were on me and it was a right decision, whatever. Bro, a month ago, you asked to join back. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, but it's convenient for you to say it now. It's easy for you to farm 100,000 viewers. It's easy for you to look right now and appeal to your community and inflate your ego even further. So that's what you do. And that's what these fucking people do.
Glitch is ripping, by the way.
Man, I don't know. I am so...
Apparently Glitch is the OG snowball. I mean, I don't know if they're going to run with it, the market. But I put an order here. I put another order there. We'll see. I just found it scanning deck screener. The volume like what Liberty Fire. The volume's okay, not the best. Glitch has got motion. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go have a power nap, relax, do some work. I have a lot of shit to do the weekend, and I'll be back for American hours about 6 o'clock my time. I know this stream's been a little bit like locked in, locked out. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell. But I'm just aiming on being disciplined. I've set my limit orders. I've woke up, set my limit orders. I have, obviously, we made $1,000 on BNB. We're still in profit. So today and yesterday, we're up like $400, which is good. $400 a day, 10K a month, we'll take it. Especially in the bear market. We still have a bunch of limit orders open as well. And some open positions as well. You currently see the strategy does work. It is working. The key thing is that we're experiencing now is patience and trying to stay disciplined on it without FOMOing into random different tokens as well. There's been some major runners over the past few weeks, which we could have caught at the same level. That's kind of the thing which is intriguing me. I know whenever we see a 20 mil runner, 10 mil runner, that I'm probably going to throw the risk management out the window and start going a little bit more sized on these 886 dips. But either way, I am really happy with this strategy, genuinely. And we'll see what happens when we get into the American session as well. Because we're out of the way of Christmas. We're going into New Year's now. Everyone's going to be chilling on their computers and stuff like that. So we should see some further volume. It's still a tech narrative as well. Shout out to everybody making money today. Shout out to everybody on stream who tuned in. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys in literally 6 hours. So if you're in the USA, get some sleep, get some rest. And we'll see you guys in 6 hours. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.